Hello and welcome to today's Essential English Tips Live. I'm trying this one again because the last one didn't have any audio. Hope you are still well, and today's English Essentials tips is going to be on how to learn English quickly. If that's something you're interested in, stay tuned. Hello and welcome to today's Essential English Tips Live. My name's David and I'm the teacher at learningenglisessentials.com. I'd like to welcome you to today's English tips. Today I'm going to talk about how to learn English quickly. A lot of people see the success of others and say, wow, they are learning English very, very quickly. How do I do that too? And so, what is it about these people who, learn, when they're learning a language, it doesn't have to be English, but learning any language, and they seem to really, make lots of progress, and they make it really, really quickly. Is there something that they are doing that you can do to make sure that, or to improve the speed of your English learning? There are some things that these people who learn English very, very quickly do that you can use in your English learning. So I'm going to go through two things, and the first of those things is that they set really good goals. So certain people, they are very good at learning languages, and they go and learn a new language very often. Certain people go and make an attempt at learning a language very, very quickly. In 3 months, or some very, very short amount of period of time. And so there is something that they do that you can use in your own English learning to improve. So one thing that allows them to learn a new language in a very, very short amount of time is the sheer amount of time that they spend learning the language. They spend 8 to 10 to 12 or more hours a day learning their target language. But you may not be able to do this, but there is something that they do that you can do, and it is something that you can apply whether you're learning, whether you're able to spend 5 or 10 or 20 minutes a day, an hour a day, whatever the amount of time you are able to spend learning your target language, learning English, you can use this to your advantage, and that's setting good goals. So these people who learn the language very, very quickly, they set excellent goals. So they set a goal that they can achieve very, very quickly, but then that they can also build upon. And so if you're if you're someone who is learning English less than 12 or 14 hours a day, then you set yourself goals that match with the amount of time that you're able to spend. And so an example of your very first goal in English might be just to introduce yourself, to say hello to someone. That is a very good first goal. So you learn the vocabulary that allows you to meet that first goal. And so what they then do is extend that goal. So their first goal might be to introduce themselves and speak for 5 minutes. But what they'll do is they choose the topics that they're going to talk about in that 5 minutes. So for example, that might be to talk about the weather and your plans for the rest of the day or the weekend or something like that. They choose the topics to that they're going to talk about in their 5-minute conversation ahead of time, so that helps them prepare for that conversation, and it also breaks down the amount of English that you need to learn into a smaller, more manageable piece. So if your goal is to speak English to someone for 5 minutes, but you haven't chosen your topics, then speaking for those 5 minutes is a harder task than if you have chosen specifically the topics that you're going to talk about. And so this approach then also allows you to build upon your goals and extend that from speaking to someone for 5 minutes to speaking to someone for 10 minutes, 15 minutes, half an hour, 1 hour. As you are growing those goals, you would just be adding topics to talk about. So you might be able to talk about the weather for 2 minutes, and then you talk about your plans for 3 minutes. And then as you grow your goals, you might talk about a movie you've seen recently for 2 or 3 minutes, and your other chosen topics that and adding those, each topic adds 2 or 3 minutes each time, and that's how you reach those goals of reaching the larger the larger amounts of time. So that goal setting is a very good way to guide your English study and prepare and help you to reach your goals and progress in English. Each topic that you choose has vocabulary and phrases that go along with that topic that help you meet that that goal, because it gives you certain things to study, as opposed to I'm going to speak in English for 15 minutes, but I haven't chosen my topics. It becomes a harder task then. So set good goals and grow them gradually over time as your experience grows. The next thing that people do is they choose English content that they really enjoy listening to and watching and consuming. And this is one of the big things that helps people learn the English language seemingly very, very quickly. And that's because they really enjoy listening to English music, or they really enjoy listening to English comedy videos or watching the news in English. They enjoy consuming that content, and that allows them to spend more time learning the language. So learning about English grammar might be something that you get bored with very, very quickly. So you only spend that minimum amount of time to learn whatever you're wanting to learn. But you might spend an hour or 2 hours listening to English music, and if you at the same time you find the lyrics of the song, and you try and sing along, and suddenly you're singing along and you're practicing your English pronunciation, you're expanding your English vocabulary, and you are learning lots of English, but you're having fun. You're having so much fun that you don't even realize that you're learning English. You do, or you would learn a lot just by listening to English music, but adding that, looking at the English lyrics and those things makes listening to English music a fantastic English lesson for you that you would enjoy very much, if that is the if that is the thing that you enjoy. If you enjoy the English comedy or watching the news in English, you experience that vocabulary, and you're experiencing the English language on topics that you enjoy, and you are experiencing vocabulary that you can use in your everyday English conversations, because people love to talk about the things that interest them. So if you're interested in the news, then you talk about those things. If you're interested in science, then you would talk about those things. Whatever it is that you are interested in, are the things that you like to talk about. And if you enjoy, listening and consuming that English content, then you are going to spend more time learning and enjoying it at that same time. So, these are the two things that will help you learn English very, very quickly. Improve that speed of your English learning. So they are setting good goals, and goals that grow on each other, and being very specific about how you are going to reach those goals, and then consuming English content that you enjoy. So English music, English news, TV shows, movies, whatever it is that you enjoy watching, listening, consume that, and you will find yourself learning English much more quickly. So if you have any questions, or put those in the comments below. If you know what are the ways that you learn English, that you enjoy learning English, put those in the comments below, because we'd love to hear what works for you and what you enjoy doing. Share those with the English learning community, and if you enjoy what's happening on this channel, then click the like button. If this is your first time here, then click the subscribe button, and I look forward to seeing you in the next video. Goodbye for now, and have a great weekend.